Hey, am I speaking with Arslan?
Yes. So in this video, I will be showing you how you can build an AI-based lead qualifications calling system for your business. So hey everyone, my name is Arslan Abed. I'm a software engineer with over 2 years of experience in building websites, AI systems, and automations. And from the last 6 months, I've been working in voice AI. So if you want me to build an AI system for your business, then feel free to contact me on my email address. You can also book a meeting with me using the link given in the description below. So without wasting any more time, let's begin this video.
Hey, am I speaking with Arslan?
Yes.
This is Riley from ABC Real Estate and Development. I'm an AI agent. Just wanted to verify a few quick details you submitted online. Am I catching you at a good time?
Yeah. Where are you calling from, by the way?
I'm calling from ABC Real Estates here in Austin. I just received your information from our marketing team. I see you recently clicked on one of our ads about real estate options for your family. I'm just reaching out to confirm a few things. Would that be all right?
Yeah, fine.
Great. I just want to confirm a few things. You mentioned you're looking for a 4-bedroom property. Were you thinking more along the lines of a house or an apartment?
If possible,
And
I would like to have a house.
and just to better assist you, are you currently looking to move in the next few months or just exploring options right now?
I will move in within the next few months, but currently I would like to see some options.
Absolutely. What day and time would work best for you to come by and take a look?
Can we do it
Are you-
tomorrow?
All right, I've noted your visit for tomorrow morning. How about 10 a.m.? Does that work for you?
Yeah, perfect.
Just so we can keep in touch, is this the best number to reach you?
Yes.
To confirm, you're looking for a 4-bedroom house in the Austin area, and you'd like to visit tomorrow at 10 a.m., right?
Yes.
One of our licensed agents will reach out to you shortly with available
hey.
listings that match.
I might not be available tomorrow.
No worries at all. We also offer Zoom meetings to walk you through available properties virtually. What day and time would work best for an online appointment?
Yeah, we can do it at evening time.
All right, what evening time works best for you?
6 p.m.
All right, I've noted your Zoom meeting for today at 6 p.m. Does that work for you?
Yeah, tomorrow for 6 p.m., please.
All right, I've noted your Zoom meeting for tomorrow at 6 p.m. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
One of our licensed agents will reach out to you shortly with available listings that match your criteria and to confirm your appointment. Thanks again for your time. We're excited to help you find the perfect place. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, thanks. Okay, so let's start with VAPI. So once you have created your VAPI account, just click on this Create Assistant button. Now, after clicking on this button, you will get a name section. Here you have to provide the name for your assistant. Let's provide Chloe as the name. And here I will recommend you to select any of the given templates. Now, once created, first you have to select the provider. For provider, I am using OpenAI. Then you have to select the model. So for OpenAI, GPT 4.1 mini is really trending right now. So I will be using GPT 4.1 mini. Then I will select the first message mode as assistant speaks first. Then we have the first message which the AI assistant will speak. So here I am using hey, am I speaking with, then the customer name. Now here I am using the dynamic value which I will get from my CRM thanks to the make.com automation system, which I will explain you later in the video. Then we have the system prompt. In the system prompt, first of all, you have to provide the current date and time of your state. So for the demo purpose, I am using American date and time. Then I am using the identity and purpose section to define the identity of my AI assistant. And then I have also given some instructions, then some voice personas, and so on and so forth. I will also provide the prompt in the description below. So please make sure to check it out. Then we have the section to provide the files. So in case you want the assistant to answer some specific questions regarding your real estate company. So in case you want your AI assistant to answer questions related to your real estate company, then you can add a file of any type. So it can be a PDF, it can be a text file, it can be a Word file as well. You just click on add new file. After adding the file, just click on this checkbox button. Now I will recommend you to use a vector database of your own to make it more effective. But in case you have a very small data, so in that case, this is perfect for you. Then you have to add the max tokens. So by default, it should be 250, but I will recommend to keep it around 200 or just 250 will be also fine. And make sure your temperature is around 0.2 or 0.1. Then click publish. Now comes the voice section. So first of all, you were seeing the model section. After the model section, you will see the voice section. In the voice section, you have to select the right voice for your AI assistant. Now, I will recommend using the 11 Labs, but in case it goes out of your budget, because it can be expensive if you are doing it on scale. So I'm making sure that the AI assistant remains under the 10 cents budget. Let's keep it as VAPI. But if you want, you can also use the deep ROM. But according to my experience, VAPI voices are much more natural as compared to other providers, except the 11 Labs, because 11 Lab voices are just too good. So we are not comparing it with 11 Labs. And then comes the additional configuration. Here you have to select the background sound. So you can also add your custom background sound. Just add its URL here and it will play it. But I will recommend using the default background sound. And then comes the transcriber. In the transcriber, you have to provide a provider which will convert the voices into text. According to my experience, Google's speech to text and 11 Labs speech to text works much better but cost a lot of latency. So we can't take a risk or high latency, especially in an outbound call. So I would say just stay with DeepGram. So here you can also choose the Nova 3. I'll recommend using the Nova 3 as your DeepGram model if you are using DeepGram. So I will go with DeepGram. And after adding the Nova 3, you can see that here we have key terms area. So here you can add the keywords which you might think difficult for your AI assistant to understand, like some specific names. For example, my name is Arslan, so Arslan name is not much common. So here I can also add my name. You can also add your business name, which will help this transcriber to understand the words quickly and avoid doing mistakes. Then comes the tool section. Here you have to add the tool you want to use. Add tools. Once you click on add tools, just select the new tool and here you will get the Google Calendar, create event and check availability. Now for this video, to keep it short, I'm using just the create event, and once clicking on the create event, you just have to add the calendar ID and time zone. After that, just come back to the assistant. Now after adding the tools, now you have to add some predefined functions. For predefined functions, you can add the enable end call function, which will allow the assistant to end the call itself. Now this tool works best for GPT-4 or bigger models like GPT-4.1. So even the GPT-4.1 mini works well with this function. Enable it, and here you have to add the number to which you want to forward the call. So in case your client says that he wants to talk with a real human being, so in that case you can add the number so that the AI assistant could transfer it to your human agent. Then comes the summary part. Now in the summary, you have to add a prompt which will create a summary of the call after the call ends. Then we have the success evaluation section. Here you have to add a prompt that will define what is success to you after the call ends. And in the success evaluation rubric, you have to add a pass and fail. Right, then comes the structured data. Here you have to add all the variables you want to fetch from the call transcription. So for example, you ask the customer about his budget and you expect the budget to be different. So you can add a section of budget, like here I have added. So in case user said that my budget is not 1 million, it's 1.5 million, or he says my budget is not 1.5 million, it's $75,000. In that case, we will update the budget. Similarly, you can add different variables to update. Then you have to add the structured data type. Here I have added just one, but you have to add all these variables one by one along with their descriptions. And then comes the advanced section. Here we have privacy. Inside the privacy, when you open it, you have the HIPAA compliance. Now, according to HIPAA compliance, the VAPI won't be able to store your voice recordings, transcriptions, logs. So in case you want to process the data further, I will recommend you to keep it off. But in case you want to protect your customers' private data, then you can enable it if you want. Then comes the PCI compliance, audio recording format, video recording. These are now. Then comes the start speaking plan. Inside the start speaking plan, we have several options. If you are a beginner, I will recommend you to select the VAPI section. But if you have some experience in voice AI, I will highly recommend you to turn it off and do it yourself and play with it. And then comes the voicemail detection. In a voicemail detection, you will have to use the VAPI as a voicemail detection tool. You can also use Google, OpenAI, Twilio, as ever you want. And comes the stop speaking plan. If you want, you can change it, but I will recommend you to keep the default settings as it is. Now then comes the call timeout settings. Here you have to select the minimum time to cut the call. So if the customer don't answer the call for the next 30 seconds, then the call should automatically be cut off. And in case the call has gone more than 10 minutes, the call should automatically be cut off. Now in the messaging, you will see the server setting. Here you have to provide the webhook. So you just have to copy and paste your webhook URL here. And in the client section, make sure to delete the irrelevant functions. And similarly, if you want to voicemail your client, just write it here as I have written. Please call me when you are available, and then the customer name. Similarly, for ending the call, I'm just writing goodbye, but you can change it if you want, right? Now, after you have created your AI assistant, then comes the automation part. So let's move to the make.com. In make.com, we have two scenarios, one for initiating calls, while other for collecting the data and processing on it. So first of all, let's see what the call initiator do. So first of all, you need a CRM or Excel sheet. Now for CRM, I'm using Hubspot CRM, especially its function called watch CRM objects. It will search for the new objects or new records being created from the last specific time. So for example, if I click on this toggle button, this scenario will run after every 15 minutes. This means that every new record which is being created within these 15 minutes will be sent to the VAPI to make call. So let's suppose you got 10 records in the last 15 minutes, then those 10 records will go to the array aggregator. This array aggregator will take all the data and send it to VAPI one by one. Now, in order to make the call to VAPI, you have to create the HTTP module, which is the most important to make the call. And here you have to provide the URL in the URL section. Make sure that it's make a request. After adding the URL, you have to add the post as a request method. Then add a header. Just click on this header plus button and add authorization as the name of the header. And in the value, you have to write bearer, BEARER, and then add the API key, your private API key. To get the private API key, just go to VAPI, click on this VAPI API keys button or option, and just copy and paste it over here, right? After pasting the API key, select the body type as raw, content type as JSON, and here you have to add the assistant, and here you have to add the JSON. Now here you can see that in the assistant ID key, you have to provide the value for the assistant ID you will get from your assistant. Just click on the assistants, and here you can see that we have a value here. Just copy and paste it here. Similarly, to add more values like the budget, you just have to add assistant overrides. Inside it, add the variable values, and inside it we have the budget section. You can add more values if you want. Just add the comma and keep writing keys and values below it. Then we have the customer section. Here we provide the customer name and customer number. Now here you have to provide the dynamic name you will get from the array aggregator, but I am just, for the piece of understanding, I'm just adding this random number, then the name of the client. So here I'm adding my own name, then provide the phone number ID. So this is the number which will be used to initiate the call. So in order to create one, you have to go to the phone number section, click on create phone number and select your provider. So in case you are using the VAPI's own phone number, just click on here. If you want to report it from Twilio If you have your own SIP trunk, just add it here and you will get your ID over here. Just copy and paste it over here, right? And then save it, and or you can cancel it. Just save the details. And now comes the end of call report. So after making the call, now you'll get the data of the call. So this webhook will be responsible for taking all the data fetched from the call and save it inside the HubSpot. But in order to save the data inside the HubSpot, we first have to search for the record. So for searching the record, we will use the phone number. So we will use the phone number of client to search for his record. After getting his record, we will add a router and specify the output into 3 categories. The first one is busy. So in case the customer says I am busy and cuts the call, it will automatically add a date and time to call him later. But in case he also provides the date and time, it will again update it according to the data provided by the customer. So it's very useful. Then comes the cancelled section. Now this will be triggered. Now the data will be saved in this cancelled contact section in case the user didn't pick up the call, right? In that case, the data will be updated here with the notes, initial time, ending time, and so on and so forth, and all the data we got from the call, like the recording, interest status, is he qualified or unqualified, time to call him later, schedule visit, transfer call, post call analysis, preferred language, and so on and so forth, and did he want it to get email or not, right? And at last we have the interest and not interested section. Here we will update the clients which picked up the call, and after analyzing their call, AI will automatically judge whether the user was interested or not interested. In case he was interested, then it will be updated as qualified lead, and in case he was not interested, then the lead will be updated as not qualified, right? And in case the user says to email him these details, then we will check it through this filter and create an email. Using the OpenAI, we will first create a query, send it to the vector database, and fetch that required data. After fetching the right data for your email, then we will create the body of this email. After creating the body, then we set the body value as a variable and create an email subject using it. After creating the subject, we will use the email module to send the email to your client, and in this way, we will be able to create a small automation for your client. Now there are a lot of edge cases which could be made here. Like the customer can say that he wants you to WhatsApp these details. Then you will need a WhatsApp module, and he can also say that he don't have a WhatsApp. Just send him a message. Then you can use any SMS provider, especially the Twilio or any other if you want. Now, if you think about the possibilities, you could also add a database here, another vector database to train your model. So there are a lot more things you can do with make.com and VAPI, but that's it for this video. Thank you.